Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome to Minecraft, where I'm going to show you how to build and replicate my iron mine, which is rather large. So let's just back out of this. Oh, God's sake. Right, let's go. So this is the iron mine, only half built, and this is the floor layout for it. And when I say floor layout, this will give you exactly the floor plan for what's inside of that. So what we're going to do, we're going to head out somewhere else so we can rebuild it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to dig yourself a nice bit of chunk of land. And if I remember rightly, it is, yeah, 6 by 7. That's it. 6 by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. It's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. So you first want to get your stone blocks. Like so. And then right in the middle here, you want to go into the middle and just put that there, that there, and that there, just to give you a bit of a reference. And then you're going to basically put 6 blocks there. The next thing you want to do is you want to head down and grab all of the necessary materials that we're going to need in order to build the next parts of this mine. We need hoppers. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over here, and then all we're going to do is chests. Like so. And then what we want to do, we want to just build these middle bits here, just up a few. And don't worry, this is feasible in normal. It's not very difficult, but obviously you're not going to be able to build it the same way. What you want to do from there, you want to grab some glass and just build the sides round like so. Now, obviously, I'm not building this in my normal world. I'm just building it in a creative world because it's slightly faster for me to record the video. But you obviously want to grab stacks of materials. I'll leave a rough idea of how many that actually is. Now, for this bit, you want to crouch down. So if you crouch down, you want to make sure that the hoppers are pointing down into the chests, right? And not point in any other direction. Otherwise, the iron will not enter the chest. like so. You want to do the same thing again. You want to crouch down and just add your soul fire. Now, a lot of people are arguing with me about soul fire and lava, each to their own. I use soul fire because it's actually a lot better than normal fire, and lava is a bit volatile to use. I prefer soul fire. Does the same amount of damage, and it isn't very difficult to find either. So, and then from there, what we want to do, we want to count these sides up from here. So 1, 2. So now we want to go up another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same again on this side. And then from here, you want to put stone there. And then you want to surround all of this in glass, all the way to the top. Obviously, if you're building this in your normal world, I would recommend that you build this very carefully as you're going up, because you will burn yourself if you step into the flames. So I normally build it up 2 sets at a time, just going around in a big circle. I always take enough blocks to be able to do it. And you can build this with any blocks you really want, to be fair. I'm just using these because I like them, and they're easy enough to get at an early stage in game. And what you can do as you're going around, if you want to, is use dirt to make sure you don't fall into the soul fire. If you do, it's not really a big issue, just jump out, but obviously you're going to have to build yourself back up again. Like so. Now on here, once you've done that, you're going to want to build stone blocks around the outside of that, like so. Obviously you're not going to again be able to build like this, but if you build this out a bit first, then you've then got a platform to work along. Now from here, you need to just count the blocks. So it's 4, then 3, then 4. So you want on the top here 4 out, again twice, like so, and then another 4, build 1 out, 4, and again, yeah, like so. So you want 4 on this side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll then make room on this side for a walkway of 3. So you've got 3-way walkway there, 3-way walkway there. So now you want to do another 3, another 4, sorry. So if you want to, just put a block there, 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And you just match the rooms up like so. And then on this one, you're going to build stone like that, and then stone like that. Yeah? And then you'll do the same thing along here. Now this time, You want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now you're going to want the 6th one. Build another one out. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on this one. That's one section. And then you want another, repeat that process, so you've got another 6 after that. So altogether from here, you'll have 12 individual cells. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need one more cell, which will be this one. And then on this block, we want to go back to this. And then just go all the way along over to here. That should give you 12 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're going to count over from here 3 blocks again, where you're going to have the same thing. So all the way down the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then in here, what you're going to do, you're going to count over 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count out 2, and all the way down. And done. And then you're going to count out 3 from here. 1, 2, and 3. And then on the 4th, you're going to put them 2 there. 1 extra one there. Leave a gap, and do the same thing on the opposite side. Over here, you're going to split it again. This time 1, 2, 3, and 4, like so. But this time you're just going to fill in this gap here, like so. So you'll have a 4 gap on each one. You're then going to repeat the process again over this side. Four, then 3, then 4. Now, I will say this, that if you don't want to build all of this in one go, you can get away with just building the first 12. So if you build the tower and then 6 rooms that way, 6 cells that way, 6 cells that way, do the same thing on each side, as well as building the ones in here, you can fill the first 6 on either side here. So 6 there, 6 there, 6 there, and 6 there. That will get you up and running really, really quickly. But then you can have iron really, really quickly. So then you can then basically move on from there and build the extra sides on. So you can build an extra 6 this way, 6, do the extra 24 on this side, an extra 24 on this side, and then put all your books in the middle, which is what I've done with mine. And it works really well because the books are going to be the last thing to summon, which is why you want them last. So rather than filling in the middle section first, you'll fill on the outside, and then your last ones you'll put in are your bookmakers, because or your librarians, because that's where you're going to get the majority of your summon from your golems. Oh god, wrong block. So all you're going to do, you're going to rinse and repeat the same process on this side, pour out, and then you're going to do the same thing on this side. Count over 3, so we need another 2. And then finally, stone, or stone bricks. All the way down to the bottom. And then fill in your individual cells again. So you're then going to count out 3 from this corner, 1, 2, and 3. There's another one. And then back 4, 5, sorry. And then all the way down to the bottom. And then do the same thing again. Just copy the cells over. In this bit here, you want a stone block. And then same thing over here, get rid of that. And then you want to put stone blocks like that. That will give you 2 doorway accesses. Then hit that, so you've got a way in and a way out. And then it's literally just a copy and paste on this side as well. So now you just need to fill out this side to do exactly the same thing as what you've got on that side over this side. So you want to count over 4 again. 4, 4, and 4. Count over 3, which is what you've got spare. And then carry on building onto it. My bad, that should have been 5. And just remember to fill that bit, that bit, that bit, and that bit. And then just, again, just adding in the extra bits that you need. Now, if you want to just build up from there, we're going to count up 2 blocks from here and just build that all the way around here a second. So this is going to give us the height that we need. And do the same thing in here as well. And also do the same in here. And then the rest of it is literally just going to be stone. So this is going to be our cover. And then what we're going to do here on every single one is put 2 blocks up. Like so. And then fill in these bits here. Count over 6 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's going to have stone blocks like so. This bit here will be the same. So you'll have a solid wall. The back will be a solid wall. And so will this bit. Like so. You'll make a doorway here. Like so. And then copy and paste the build down this side. In this bit here, you'll go all around. And remember to build them 2 up as well, because that will give us our doorway. Now for the rest of it, we're going to fill these bits in with glass. That way we can see the iron farm. And that will go all the way around the outside. So the whole of the outside will be caked in yellow glass. Even on this bit here, yellow glass. Like so. Fill in the gap here, yellow glass. And the same thing over here as well. Build that up by 2. And the same with this. Same with this. Same with this one. Same here. And do the same in this one here. Same over here. As well as here. And then all we're going to do, we're going to go around it and fill all these gaps in with glass. Like so. Now what we want to do from here, we want to fill the floor all the way over here in with stone. Preferably so we can see where the light is. Because we're going to use glowstone for light inside, so you could use torches if you want to. I use glowstone because it's easy enough to find in the nether. And we need to go get soulfire, so we'll need to go into the nether to get that. So if you go in that direction to go get soul soils and soul sand, then you may as well get glowstone because that's in the nether too. And if you don't want to head into the nether, then just use torches, but I would recommend to use glowstone. And once it's all covered over, as you can see, we're going inside and it's getting rather dark. So what we're going to do on each one of these, we're going to basically put 1 block high. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace, move that over 1. Let's get our stone, wherever she's disappeared to. We want, on top of that, we want those as well. And then we also want, so that's stone slabs. And then on top of that, we want glowstone. So here, what we're going to do, glowstone on every other one. Like so. And that will just light it up. Like so. And that will just keep it from being too dark inside. And you can do the same thing in this area too. As you can see, rather dark inside, so we're going to do the same thing in here as well. that just gives it some extra light. And what we can also do in here, you can take out, I believe it's that block and that block, bring in some light in here. I'm going to do the same thing in this corner here. So that there. Just to bring in extra light in here as well. And we can remove those two and also put light blocks up there as well. And if we come out into here, we can put like so. I'll just keep those cells nice and bright. And we're going to rinse and repeat this process all the way around, as well as building the rest of obviously the mine or the farm. Now, this is where things are going to get a little bit complicated. What you're going to do, you're going to ignore this bit here. You're going to build 2 rows of stone up here. And this is going to be almost your kill zone. And you're going to do the same thing on this side. And what you're going to do from here, you're going to count out 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the 9th, you're going to build a stone block up. And then count out 8 again. So that's 3, 4, 5. So now we need to count out an extra 3 from here. So we're going to have to build this platform an extra 3 blocks out. Put it overhang. And then carry on this bit here. Same thing over here. And this is for all of our water. And don't forget to add these blocks in as well. Along the edges. Like so. And one more up from there. Like so. So the idea being is you're going to put water here, which is then going to push the golems into this gap here. And that will force them into there. And you're going to do the same thing on this side as well. And here we're going to do exactly the same theory. So it's going to be 8 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up 1. Yeah. So like a stepping process. Almost like this one is. In fact, exactly like this one is. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to cake it in water. At first we're going to finish off this build. Let's get down here and add in the glass. And you might ask why so many boxes or why so much storage, because you can never have too much of it. And it kind of worked perfectly with the build process. As you can see, the floor layout inside, so I just thought, why not? More golems means more iron, which means you're going to need a bigger storage for it. That's all the glass done. Come out here. We're going to carry on the same process over here too. We're just going to keep building that floor layout on top. And like I said, if you're too concerned about getting iron quickly, you can just build the tower, and then 6 over this way, 6 over that way, and then just put 1 step on this side and 1 step on that side, and that will give you enough water and enough push to be able to start an iron farm, and then you can add the rest in at a later date. So you're pretty much just building this first stage. Yeah, so the first 6 on either side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, which is a little bit more of an overhang than I thought it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go up to here. So you're going to need a little tapered edge over here, but it's not really a big deal. Just cover that in slabs instead, because you're going to need them anyway. As you can see, I've used slabs all around to stop them from spawning in on there. So you know, build it up, and then you can use slabs on those corners, just so that the iron golems won't spawn in that area. So if you don't give them anything to summon on, then you know, they're not going to summon basically. This is why we're going to be using slabs inside, because there is enough space for the golems to actually spawn in here. So we're actually going to use slabs all around inside. Like so, and we're going to do that all around the outside, and we're also going to do it on the second part of our cells in each cell, because each one of these is going to have a bed, and then a stone slab, and then a job site block, and then on the top bit here there's going to be a piece of glass, so they can't leave the cell. And if you're concerned about how you get your civilians inside of here, you want to get what you want to do is, in my build, I had a area 100 blocks away from my calculated iron farm. So if you know that your iron farm is going to be X amount of big, what you want to do is you want to count 100 blocks away from it, and that's where you want to start storing all your civilians, and then you're going to basically use boats to drag them over with. So you may as well breed all of your civilians, get all of them first, and once you've got all of your civilians, you then want to start bringing them over in 12s at a time. So you put 12 in a boat, bring them over 12 at a time. You can either use train rails for that, or you can use boats. I prefer boats because it's pretty easy. All you've got to do is get some wooden stairs like spruce or oak, and then get dirt, and you just basically build a staircase in dirt. Get some dirt second, and then get some oak stairs. What I did was, say for argument's sake, this is where I'm bring them into. I'm going to count down all the way to the bottom, and then I'm just going to basically build 5 over, like so. And just rinse and repeat that all the way along. And then all you're going to do is you're going to put the staircases like this. And you're just going to basically drag the civilians with rope on in a boat, and you're going to drag them up. And if you do this thing where you jump and pull like this, you can drag 3 along without a problem. And it's just slightly easier to move them into place. And then when you get them inside, you want to wait until night time, not during the day, but wait until night time, get yourself inside. Once you're up onto this, I'd say like this is your entrance, you want to build around it all the way to the top, like say 1, 2, 3, like so. And then once they're in, you just build that across there so they can't get back out again. And then you want to break the ship, and they will put your beds down, and they will go into their cells. And once they're in their cells, you just put a sheet of glass like that over the top of it, and then that way they're in the cell, and then you can give them their job site block, and then that's it, they're working. If you do 12 a time, you can do as many as you really want to at a time, to be fair, but roughly 24 is, you know, drag them up there during the day and then get them out their boats at night time is the easiest way I found, because they'll connect to a bed, and then once they're asleep you can connect them to their job block by waking them up. So we're going to continue that process all the way around, like so. And then we're going to do the same thing on these. And obviously this one is a complete shut off. As for the glass, it's going to be different colour glass. I used orange, purple and blue and red, only because red and blue and yellow dye is really easy to find. Yellow is like little tiny yellow flowers. Red you can find all over the place. Poppies are everywhere, especially in the right places, and the same thing for blue. And if you've got, I believe, red and yellow, you can make orange, and if you've got blue and red, you can make purple. So it's just a bonus. So we're going to fill in 3 sets of that along the way, like so. And all this does is stop the golems from being able to spawn actually inside the farm. And then don't forget to put them along here as well. And we're going to do the same thing in here as well. except for those two spaces there, because we're going to have some beds either side for our nimwits. And the same thing in here as well. And then we're going to put, obviously, a panel over that, so a trapdoor. Eventually we'll put a trapdoor over that. Let's go find one of those. We'll have an oak trapdoor, because let's be fair, there's oak everywhere, or spruce, so it's even easier. And that's that done. So just carry on putting these up. The idea is basically you build your stage first, so whichever stage you want. Obviously, if you only want 24 in at first, so you can just get iron straight off the bat, you'll do 12 either side, like I've already said. So you'll do, you'll put that up first, and then you'll count 6 that way, 6 that way, and you'll leave these middle cells alone. That's the last cells you want to fill, so you get all of your golems summoned to the middle rather than on the outside of it. Which will make killing golems quicker, rather than not. Obviously, if you want to, you can, keep all your beds the same colour. I only colour coded it, so I knew what was where and bits and pieces, and it makes it stand out a bit more. Made it less boring inside. And if you've already got your beds, why not? Because that's your first process, is building your civilians first. So if you get all of your villagers first, the 108 that you need, then you've got all your ninwits, you've got all your normal villagers, rather than trying to breed them in stages. I would recommend to breed them all, and then you've got them at least. And that will also help you with getting things like string for certain job site blocks if you have to craft them yourself. You can kill the cats inside your village, or inside your temporary build. You just build it with dirt, 3 blocks high, put a roof on if you want to put a roof on. I didn't bother, but it all depends on whether you're going to be being attacked or not. If you're being attacked, you want to obviously put dirt all around it, and also what's the word I'm looking for? You want to put lights up everywhere as well. That way, something up inside, so you'll come back and find that all your civilians have been murdered by lots of different things, which can be really annoying. Especially since breeding villages can be quite expensive food-wise. Bread is obviously better, but you'll need to raid villages for lots of different items, so you'll have to go to different villages, constantly going to different villages, getting bundles and stuff. You can make bundles. Bundles are a brilliant bit of kit. I absolutely love bundles. So we're just going to build this last bit out. We can get the last few in. Four. Okay. That should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So that's the last bit. Let's just do this side. One, two, three, and then 3 over. Miss one. 3 over. Line that up like that. One on either step. Glowstone. Glowstone. Glass. Stone. Don't forget to break that. And just break to replace the floor. Like so. Then you want to do the same thing on this side. Build that up. And boom. There you have it. And it's just a case of them measuring out all your individual cells. Glowstone to keep things bright inside. And then just fill the rest in with glass when you're ready. so. Now, you can use leaves if you really want to. Each their own. I used to use leaves, but do you know what? It's probably easier for you to crush slabs than it is to find leaves. Especially if you're low on things like iron and you don't have the ability of getting a set of shears. So I'd recommend probably using slabs rather than leaves. Leaves are a pain. I'm just going to seal all that in quickly, like so. And obviously we need to count out another 3 from the side so we can get that final block done on this side as well. And then it's then just a case of us counting out our steps on each side. Our same rule applies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Perfect. Now, this is where I said that you can use dirt if you want to. So in this bit, you could use loads of dirt on the bottom and then use, use stone on top of that. Because hey ho, if you've got dirt blocks, you might as well use them. But obviously for the tutorial, it doesn't really matter what block you use. So you're going to count out 8 again. That's 2, 3, 4. That's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, obviously in creative, it's slightly easier to fill this up because I've only got use villager spawning eggs rather than anything else. So it is actually slightly easier for doing everything else. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting and laying out the beds inside. Also, I want to put down doors. So I'm going to use iron doors because iron doors are brilliant. And I'm going to use oak buttons to activate them. So I'm going to find my buttons. And I normally put the button on the right hand side of the doorway. I'm going to do the same thing here as well. go. And then I'm just going to tile this as well. Now the beds in this room are going to be the last ones that I'm going to do. So the ninwits are literally the last thing that I actually bring in here. So once you've got all your workers inside, that's when you want to bring your ninwits over. You're probably going to ask, how do I get my staircase in there? I'll show you how I do that. So we're going to pick colours. If I remember rightly, orange, purple is on the opposite side. The red's down this side, orange in the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick red glass and red beds. So and then in this bit here, we're going to do the obviously the opposite side first, because we want to use up the red beds first. And that's that bit done. Right, so next is orange glass and orange beds. So upon picking the colours, you know, I try to make it as easy to make as possible. Now for things like beds, just dye 2 sheep, use a set of shears, tie them down, put them in like a little pen with some wooden fences around it, and job done. That way if you're ever out and about, they still stay there. As long as they're tied down, they won't despawn. Right, so the next one is going to be purple glass. We've got the glass first. We want purple glass, purple beds, purple bed. We're going to move down the other side of the build. Beds in first. Now we're going to come down to this side as well and do the same thing again. just in case. So for me at the moment, because no, right, need red glass. So I'm just going to spawn some villagers that can just get in some beds. Any of the ninwits will just take out. So if any of them are asleep, you just put the glass over the top of them like so, and we'll sort their workstations out in a bit. I'm just going to have a mooch around and see if any have gone anywhere else. Let's have a look. Probably not. There we are. Like I said, I'm going to have to kill the ninwits off because, let's be fair, they're going to be absolutely useless to me at the moment. And so are the baby villagers, so I'm just going to kill them off as well. So what you're going to do, you're going to drag them in and put them in their cells individually. And then put the glass over the top of them to make life a little bit easier. like so. So I'm hoping now that most of these cells are now been filled with civilians. And if they haven't, then we have to do something about it. I think that might be a straggler. Nope. Like so. Now I do believe that's all of the cells that I currently need to be full, all occupied. I believe. I might be wrong. I don't think I am. Yeah, you get the picture anyway. So basically you fill them cells first and then they're done. Now they're going to be summoning in cats and God knows what else. So what we're going to do, we no longer need obviously those beds, and we don't need the yellow glass anymore, so we might as well move all of this down, because what we're going to be doing for now is we're going to be bringing in the job site blocks. So which unfortunately means we're going to have to wait until night time to do so. It's not really a big deal, because what we need to do first is get the step system done for our build anyway, so we can do that while we're waiting. Right, so if I remember rightly, red, wherever I put my note, not that one. Aha! Yeah. So red is for clerics, cartography, Fletchers and stone. So cartography, Fletcher, cleric and stonemasons. So we'll put them in first, and then once they've, once it kicks into night time, we can go back in and add them blocks in. For now, what we'll do, we'll complete these stages first. So we're going to carry on building this up until it gets to dark time again. So we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're just going to fill in the gap. Now you're going to fill this gap in with dirt because dirt's really easy to use. You could even use cobble if you want to use cobble. I mean, to be fair, just use whatever you want. It doesn't really bother me. As long as it's a solid block, it's a solid block. Mine has been made out of solid stone, but that's because I had enough of it to actually use, because I've been designing the mine for a long time, so I had the stone and lots of it. Oh wow, you really have demolished that base, haven't you? And it's just another rinse and repeat basically. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we're going to count out 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2. Like so. And then we're just going to build it out. So obviously one step higher. Like so. Now I'm not going to show you the other side of it because hey ho, what's the damn point? You've already seen me build what you need to build, so I believe you get the rough idea. As long as I show you how to do the water, I think that's all that really matters. So to save time on this video, because I'm not being funny, it's stretching out, I'm going to ignore what's underneath. You're going to fill it in on yours, but especially if you want the cats and the iron golems, you're going to need to fill it in. There's no point using slabs because the cats will just fit inside them, so you'll just have a build full of cats. And to be fair, string does come in handy for certain things as well, like building bows and stuff. So you do generally want to get as much of that as you possibly can. So we're going to get rid of those blocks a second, so we can just build the rest of the iron mine, or iron farm, shall I say. So all of this in between you're going to fill in. I'm not going to bother because, you know, it's a long, lengthy process for nothing. When I really want to just get the job site blocks done, and, you know, again, I'm not going to build the next side up either because I just don't see the point of showing you that when it's already been shown. I think you get the rough idea of it. So, and again, I'm going to skip doing the next bit there because again, don't really see the point. Now, next bit, buckets. So you want to basically get a water bucket, 2 of them, and then you're going to build a temporary block 4x4 with dirt along here, right? And then build a 4x4 platform, and then put 2 blocks. I'm gonna have to show you, aren't I? So like this. Two blocks there, 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there. Water bucket, and then 2 corners. There you have it. So you've made an unlimited water source. So now you can just get 16 buckets, fill them all up, and there you go. Now I normally go corner, 2 over, 2 over, 2 over, 2 over, 2 over. Right? It's just easier. So you're going to do the same thing along here. And the same thing along here. Along here. And along there. Damn it. So that's going to push the iron golems from back all the way into this corner bit here. Now you're going to put slabs along here, slabs all on the top bits of this, all the way around. Don't build them up, just one slab up here, and then slabs along here, and then slabs along here. If you keep building the slabs up, you'll build big stones, which means the iron golems have got somewhere to spawn on. You're going to do the water feature in here and here as well, and you're going to basically just copy and paste all of that over here. Obviously you can't copy and paste, but you get the idea. So you're just going to do the same thing, but on this side. And then once you're done, you're just going to fill that in with dirt, get rid of it, but you're going to use that for your water source. Now, as for your job site blocks, now it's getting a bit darker. Hopefully our civilians are going to go nanites. Beam me up, Scotty. Oh, they're already asleep. So what we're going to do, block down, connect. Block down, connect. Move on to the next one. Connect to the Fletcher. Give them a chance. And then we're going to move over to this side to build in a red zone again. So now we're going to get rid of 11 job site blocks. Now we're looking for purple, which is barrels. Composters, looms and smokers. We're going to go right to the bottom. Bit of OCD for you there. Come over to the next purple section and finish off the rest. Okay, Donut, you're going to get murdered. Sorry, I'm going to kill him because he's getting on my righteous nerves. You can just die. That's it. Thank you very much. Boned. Just connect with the feckin' block. He'll connect with the block once I've filled the rest of them in. Because he'll be the only bloke that's not working, so it'll be fine. Right, let's get rid of those ones. No longer need the purple glass or any of the glass for that matter. Right, what's the next ones? We're looking at orange blast furnace. So we want blast furnaces, cauldrons, grindstones, and smithing. This is on, let's see, the orange. Oh, another complete bell end all in his life. Never mind. Oh, another one. And another one. Wow, this is really good. Cheers, guys. Show me up in my fucking video, why not? Another fucking arsehole. And another one. I think you get the fucking picture. I've only got fucking slabs down there. Right, grindstones. Just connect with the fucking block. Jesus fucking wet. Another. Connect with the block. Wake up. Sorry guys, I've never in my life ever come across a civilian that's been a pain in the ass of spinning around and doing dancing and singing and God knows what else. So you'll have to excuse them. Just imagine they're all done, right? It's just fucking done, right? So you're going to do the same thing once all the other bastards are connected up, right? You're then going to do the same thing again, but this time with the blue ones, right? So you're going to get blue. I'm not going to bother showing you because I've already done it, but you're going to basically get blue beds, blue glass, right? You're going to put glass all up in here, all the way around, right? In everywhere, apart from obviously those cells. But what you want to do, and you want to start with these two cells first, by the way. So you're going to do, when you put your civilians down, you want to start with these two. And then you're going to basically go around here with the rest. But you want to get these 4 rooms done first, get them in place, and then fill the middle bit in. Because what you want to do is have your summoning as close to the fire, campfire, and the chute as possible. And if you put them in the middle last, possibly you'll have all the summoning come from the middle rather than the outer edges, which means you'll get better results in mining, right? So with that now being in mind, you're going to fill this last bit in, the book stations in last, and you're looking for decent books, right? Doesn't really matter because you're going to basically place beds in this bit here with ninwits, so you're actually looking for 8 ninwits as well. So when you're basically using, and I'll show you what I mean by that, I'm going to actually go into my proper area and I'm going to show you. I don't believe I've actually taken you on a, did I show them the tour of the build before I started? I can't remember. So that's the finished project. I'll just take you inside it anyway, just in case. But, and you can see that all of mine have, just get in! Hell! All of mine are connected, they're all working, they're all sleeping, and they're all books, and God knows what else, and it all works, right? So you can see that it all works. And I even replaced the civilians, so these 2 horrible birds need to leave because sadly, you know, I need more ninwits. Only because sadly I had to kill 2 ninwits because they escaped. But yeah, and wow, my missus has been busy. She's killing our base. Good. We built it, oh well, I built it too high. It shouldn't have been 70, it should have been 66. So I used this, and we're using the map of, where did I put that? So we're using the tower one, the tower seed, 300746916 is our seed. So if you want to come to the same area, there is a village literally over there, and there's 5 villages that way, and there's about 7,000 villages that way. So all we did was we built this 100 blocks away from our iron mine and our build. We filled it in with beds, and we just bred. And if you only breed the ninwits, or try and breed just the ninwits, it's even easier. Keep the ninwits away from the rest of them, and then what you can do is you can make a room with say 24 beds in it. And what I did is I got 24 red beds, 24 purple beds, 24 orange beds, packed them all in, and then I just bred the hell out of the civilians by just chucking bread literally on the floor, right? And that's all you got to do. Just chuck bread on the floor and they will just breed to their heart's content. And if you go round to all these little villages using chunk base, I think it's called. It's an app that it's like a website and an app that you can download. You can have a look where villages are. Just go around, get all the food you can, mainly bread and grain. Bring all that back. Hay as well is brilliant. So if you get lots of hay, bring that back. And you turn that into grain, which then you can turn that into bread. And then the rest of it you just want to keep. So you only want to be using bread to breed civilians, and just drop it on the floor. They'll breed. As long as you've got the beds, you've got the beds. So the first thing you want to do is get your 12 civilians over to your base. And once you've got them over to your base, you can just make a breeding center like we did. And then all you've got to do is get beds, get 2 sheep, time that, make a little like paddock for them, or pasture, or whatever you want to call it, for them to go in. And then like this over here, so as you can see over here, we've got like a little area that we've got for animals to be in. I don't know why they're randomly roaming around. They should be tied down, but never mind. We had yellow. So, and as you can see, I've got a collection of animals. I need to tie them all down again because it looks like I've gone on a rampage. Yeah. And that way, you know, you can then just use those colours to your heart's content. So like I said, if you get red dye, you only need to get 2 at first for 2 sheep. Why are you coming my... No, Belen, get over here! Fucking hell. Yeah, so all you got to do is get, red dye, blue dye, or blue leaves, a blue flower, a couple of red flowers, a couple of yellow flowers, and that's pretty much it. You can make all the dye you need, like red, yellow, blue, orange, purple, by mixing the dyes. So red dye, poppies; yellow dye, the little flowers that you find on the floor; blue dye, the little flowers you find on the floor. Yeah. I think it's, what's it called? Cornflower, I think it's called. And then if you want to make purple, it's red and blue dye. If you want to make orange, it's red and yellow dye. So it's a bonus to use those dyes. And then you just have to get 6 sheep. Once you've got, well, 8 sheep. Blue, purple, red. Yeah, oh, you want yellow as well for your ninwits. So your ninwits are going to be yellow, and then your blue for your books, and blah 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 blah. Or just use the same fucking colour. It doesn't bother me. Like, I did mine that way because I wanted to. You don't obviously have to do it that way. You could just use yellow dye or clear dye. You could have it all clear and have white beds if you really want to. But again, it doesn't really bother me. It's not my build. This is my build. I'll do it my way. But your build, obviously, if you want to rebuild it, you rebuild it your way. It's not really going to bother me if you use pink fucking beds. It's only a bed. So I'm just giving you the option to make, you know what area does what then. That's why I did it. I color coded it so I know what areas where, and blah blah blah. And then after that, you've just got to sit back and wait for the iron to produce, and it will produce pretty damn quickly. And as you can see, okay, so it's not as amazing as I was hoping it would be, but to be fair, we have seen results where we've had 7 golems inside of it before. So 7's been our max, but to be fair, like, we're not that bothered on the actual iron production size, to be fair, for our build or for our realm. we're not really going for the iron, we're more going for the trade centre. And because we wanted a big trade centre, it was a case of we might as well link the two together. So for me, I was happy with the result. I'd be happy with 2 or 3, and to be fair, 2 and 3 is enough. I mean, I've had smaller ones that do only 2 iron golems, and I had that thing literally full up within a couple of hours. So this one obviously is slightly bigger, but you know, it works, and it works really well. So my first one was 24, and then I had an 18 trade centre, so I had one of each trader, and then 6 for books, but it just wasn't big enough. So I designed this, and trying to design another one. So and it's just been a case of me redesigning it over and over and over and over again. Hello. Oh, hi. Oh. So yeah, if you want a hand, give us a shout. We're quite happy to assist where we can. Um, you know, I'm quite happy to come in and help you build it if need be or whatever, and explain it in further detail if you're getting confused on how to set it up. Give me a shout, give me a subscribe and a follow. It's greatly appreciated. Drop me a comment and a like and a share, etc. etc. It's been a lot of hard work to put this together, so I really appreciate you helping spread the love. Let's just say I would really appreciate it, especially for my YouTube channel. I need more subscribers so I can do more content, and without you guys I can't really keep producing the content. I really thought my Sniper Elite 5 guide would have made me loads and loads of subscribers, and it didn't, and I'm a bit gutted. So and I put a lot of effort into that guide for everyone to use, and I got barely any subscribers out of it, so I'm a bit gutted. But never mind, each their own. Right, anyway, I'm going to dash off because I really need a cigarette. It's been ages since I've had one, and I want to sit down with a movie with my missus before we go to bed. So I shall say goodbye, and I hope you really enjoyed watching me build that and put it together. Obviously, it's going to take you a little bit more time to build in a real game, especially getting the blocks. But if you come to this build site, like if you use this map, like I'm not being brutal, but this map is really, really bloody good. I know it like the back of my hand, and I can help you as much as you want with this map because I know where all the villages are, I know where all the decent spots are, especially for like getting started really quickly and getting iron and blah 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 blah. And especially this place where we are, like if you really want a good access point to the nether, this is the place you want to be, because I tell you what, when you go through to the nether here, you are right by soul sand. You're right next to bastion. They're literally on your doorstep. Like even like the bastions where you get your netherite upgrades from are literally on your doorstep. It's 1100 blocks away is where that bastion is. And if you come through here, like literally your soul sand is literally here. You come through this tunnel here, and the soul sand and soul soil is right there. In the opposite direction, you'll find your bastion where you'll get your netherite upgrades. And then all you've got to do is find netherite. Which I tell you what, isn't as hard as what everyone makes it out to be. I've grinded loads of it, and I have a particular way of building down, staying on this block and cutting away, going down and doing it that way. And to be fair, we use nether rack in our build, so we've turned the nether rack and cooked it and turned it into brick. And then, thank you, and then used the nether bricks, the red ones, like a red, darker red, like a reddish colour, by using nether wart. Oh, come on, let me out the damn portal. Yeah, so we're growing nether wart. over here. We got loads of diamonds by basically just digging down. We used a, yep, there we go, nether wart, lots of it. So, you know, we've made a automatic farm, kind of. It's not automatic, but you know, it's does what it needs to. So you press the button, it pushes everything down. Unfortunately, this side's a bit of a donut. It won't actually push it all in, but it's probably because of the size of it. That's the only way I think of it. Yeah, so, and there are other builds coming soon as well, so stay tuned. There's a gold mine that I'm in the process of producing, gunpowder, farms like this. You know, yeah, I basically take really crap builds and make them better for gamers, and redesign them. You know, there's some people that make them really basic and stupid, and yeah, okay, they work, but I like to improve things, so I put my brain together and reproduce them and make them better. Hence that. So yeah, why not? Anyway, I'm going to dash, gonna have a cigarette, and I'll see you later. Hope you like the content, and I'll see you soon. Ciao, guys. Bye.